Can you explain and help people understand that process a little bit better?
Yeah, that's such a good question. So first of all, excuse me, it's definitely one that I get all the time. Like probably one of the most regular questions that friends or just people I meet randomly who are like, oh, city government. Well, I have an idea. How do I make that come to fruition? And I have to admit, I actually had no idea when I got on council. That was one of the biggest challenges for me, was trying to figure out, okay, here's what I want to see. I want to see a pedestrian promenade, for example, or whatever the case may be. How do we move from wanting to see that to making it happen? And there's a couple of different ways. You know, first, city staff does have a lot of capacity, city administrator in particular, to influence that. That's a very, very significant part of his role. He often will put things on the agenda, whether it's things that come up through conversation with city council members or conversation with staff members.
The city administrator?
City administrator, yeah. Am I going in and out? I
No,
have
great. You're great. Keep going.
Okay. I have a leak in my house, you guys, so I had to be outside today. I'm so sorry. So that's one way. Another way that, you know, if you're feeling as a council member that, you know, you've been having conversations, you haven't seen an item get on the agenda, is to do what's called a two-person memo. A two-person memo is where you find one colleague who shares your vision, or at the very least an interest in having a broader conversation about a topic that you're not seeing on the upcoming agenda. And you can write a memo, and that must be put on the agenda for future discussion by the full council. So I try to use that judiciously. You know, I don't want to constantly be submitting memos. I think that can get a little overwhelming. But, you know, when there is an item that I feel strongly about, that I don't see getting to the agenda any other way, either it's not coming from city staff, or I don't think it's something that my colleagues necessarily have been focused on, it's a great path to getting something on there. But it really is, you know, that's probably one of the most important roles of the mayor and city administrator, is to set the agenda.